I'd like to welcome you to another Keller Williams Realty Technologies presentation. It is June 9th, 2016. We're so excited to have you all with us today. Here is what is on our agenda. We're going to talk about the KW website rollout. We're going to give you a little update on the KW website. Then I'm going to talk about KW email. You know, it seems like KW email seems a little bit of a novice subject for us to talk about, but I think it is important that we cover everything about KW email. One reason so that you all can get all the answers maybe that you've been looking for and just haven't asked, or we can have this as a resource anytime that you all have a question about KW email. Simply come back to this ambassador call and you can get all of the information from the experts, all right? As always, this is an interactive call. Please ask any questions that you have during today's presentation. Let's talk about the KW website rollout and the KW website rollout update. Here is what is happening right now. Hey, we're near the end. Can you believe that? I know that many of you have been waiting for your turn. Everybody here in the very near future is absolutely going to get their turn, which is super exciting. And so here's what we have. So group 1 through 6, yeah, they're complete. Those dates, we have launched that. June 6th through June 11th, and that is happening right now, in fact, until tomorrow. So we're going to have people launching up until tomorrow in Group 7, and then Group 8, we're going to finish off June 13th through the rest of July. Hey, let me know if any of you have not been launched yet, if you're of Group 7 or Group 8, so that we can keep tabs on you guys and see how you're progressing. And then, of course, love to hear from those of you that have launched your sites and are really excited about what's happening with them. Hopefully, you're utilizing that new KW workshop that we have available. And Robert is right. I promised I was going to show you guys where you could get slides for today's presentation, and I'll show you that here a little bit later during as soon as the call's over. I promise this time, but we'll take care of that for you. All right, here's how we're going to get to our new website. Naturally, if you use the drop-down menu, hit KW website, and then you'll have, if your website is ready, it'll say go to my website. Once you click go to my website, you'll be taken to your website systems administration tool. If you don't see this link that I just brought up, then chances are pretty good that you haven't been launched yet, and you'll see what is on the left-hand side of the screen, which is your site's being created, a link will be enabled to launch your site, and for the rollout schedule, click here. Now, if you don't see this button, and others in your MLS have launched, you might be missing one or both of the following. Now, I know we've been knocking you guys over the heads with this every single presentation of the ambassador call, but it is vitally important, because what will happen if someone does not have their MLS ID on file or a KW email account, they're simply not going to have they're not going to receive the new KW website. Once they do receive those requirements, then they will become available to be launched the next launch date. So they're going to have to wait until the next group launches. Okay, so here is where you're going to find a report for those agents that are missing an MLS ID and an email. Hey, you guys asked for this, and we worked pretty quickly to get this done for you guys. I actually recall a few months ago the ambassador call that we had was actually, there was no report that talked about the email. We had one for the MLS ID, but not the email. So we're really proud that that was added to that. So kudos to you guys for asking for it and making sure that that happened. Natasha's asking, have we figured out what happens for referral agents? Will they have access to a website at one time? I'm not sure what you mean, Natasha, by referral agents. All KW agents are active agents, even if they consider themselves referral agents. So they would have to have IDX with the MLS and an MLS ID in order to get the IDX solution. They would probably get a website, but they won't get IDX without that. Any referral agent simply isn't going to have that opportunity without an MLS ID. So thank you. I did. Hopefully, I explained that properly. And I don't have an answer when the new market centers get the website. We'll have to ask our SMEs or our product managers to find out exactly when that's happening. All right, let's move on. Now, here you're going to find, if you go to KWU Connect, we have some, and you go to KWU Connect and you simply put in KW website, you're going to get to all kinds of amazing resources. However, we're bi-weekly or so, we're adding new training videos, okay? And these training videos are going to be specifically for your new KW website. It's going to be, right now we have point your custom domain to your KW website. Hey, that's a very important for you all that are, if you currently don't have a custom domain name, or if you have a custom domain name that is redirected to your e-agency site or your e-edge site, now is the time that you want to start thinking about redirecting that domain name. And we'll actually have a little bit more detail on that in the next couple of weeks on our call, so that we are all we fully understand the importance and the process for the custom domain name, especially when it comes to moving from your e-edge or e-agency website. And of course, we have some amazing dedicated professionals to help you all with any questions that you might have. All right, next we're going to talk about KW email, and I know we talk about KW email when it comes we just mentioned it why it's necessary in order and the tools that will be affected. See, the KW email is it's necessary in order to take advantage of what we call SSO, single sign-on. So that's actually what we're going to be using as our single sign-on component. It's the one thing that's unique to all Keller Williams associates. So instead of a username, the single sign-on name would be the email address. So it's important that everybody has one of those. So it's important that you take advantage of SSO, as well as having the ability to have a KW website. And then you need access. It's going to help you get access to the Google tools and the Google services. Now remember, you don't need to use the KW email address in order to take advantage of getting your KW website, of using the KW Google tools, and getting access through single sign-on. You don't need to use the KW email address itself in order to do that. Many of you may have your own custom domain name, so it might be steve@steveshomes.com. for example, and so that would be one of the reasons that you may choose not to utilize the @kw.com email account. However, it's important that you understand it still is available and it exists. Plus, there's lots of ways of managing that mail. So I want you all to take a look at some of these email addresses and tell me if you or maybe some of your agents have used these on their business cards, and tell me what you guys think about these, if any of these might work for a professional real estate person. And if any of you can give me a good reason why these would be used in a professional setting, I would love to hear that, because we're trying to find out the best information. So I'm getting yes. Eric says yes. He's seen agents do that. Christina Schwartz says no, never, and I think what she means is no, never use it. Makes me cringe, says Jeff, along with a yuck. Hey, hey, let's not hold anything back. I want you all to talk about this. Now, no AOL or Hotmail seen as plenty awful. David says, I laugh at someone who uses AOL still. Now that's That is a really important statement there, David. David says he laughs at someone who uses AOL, so I want you all to think about this. We're sitting in a listing appointment. Let's say we're in a listing appointment with a millennial, right? Our millennial has bought and sold a house, has bought their house already, and now they're ready to sell and buy their new home. If you show up at the millennial's home and you explain to them that you use technology in their business and that you are really an incredible marketing person. You can market this home for them. You hand them their business card, or they see your sign writer and it says AOL.com or Bobby Sue Loves Horses and Puppies 232 at yahoo.com. My question to you is, if you can't properly market yourself, how is it that you are going to market their home? And this is a conversation that many of you may want to have with your agents. It's an uncomfortable conversation. Last thing we want to do is tell them that when somebody finds their AOL account, they're laughing at them. Naturally, that's probably not the best way to explain to them not to use that AOL address. However, there are other things that we can say, other ways that we can help them to self-realize that maybe using this is convenient and it was something that was available to them at the time they needed it, yet it may not be the most professional opportunity. Christine's coming in going, who uses Hotmail? She's having a real problem with Greg the Party Longhorn at hotmail.com. All right, so we have the option of having our first name dot last name at kw.com. And I want you all to think about that. Your first name dot last name at kw.com. That clearly identifies who you are. That clearly identifies where you work. It also is a quick way of getting people to understand your brand. They can know your brand immediately. It doesn't have to be your first name dot last name. It can be your brand at kw.com. It can be your first name dash last name. All kinds of opportunities available. What's important to remember is that you have the opportunity to brand yourself and Keller Williams every time you sell a home. So what does that mean? Well, when you use a KW email account, it's legit. In other words, it's more trustworthy because it's the same domain as the company's website. Okay, it's secure. Cloud-based email is notoriously vulnerable. Free services, in particular, service from plague hackers, they're looking to exploit vulnerabilities. Enterprise emails, whether desktop-based or not, have several additional layers of security. So the KW Google Enterprise System is that type of system with additional security. And what do we mean by free marketing? Well, think about it. If you are sending from your company email address, the from field means that every time somebody receives an email from you, they see your brand, they see your name, they see where you work. It's also a great place to put in your stationery, on your sign writers, on your business cards, and of course when you're standing there in an elevator or a grocery store line. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest on the call, and I'm going to ask him to unmute his mic. I have Bo Hefner of the KW support team. Many of you may have had the opportunity to hear from Bo last week, and he did such a great job. I thought I'd bring him back, and we want to talk a little bit about KW Mail and all of the options that are available for our associates. Bo, are you there?
I'm here. Hi, everyone.
All right. Hey, Bo, thank you very much for joining us. So, Bo, we're going to get started here, and I'm just going to kind of walk through the KW system now. What I'd like to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause the screen here for just a moment. We're going to dive in live, and then that way we can see this like an agent would if they were just logging in.
Sounds good.
Okay, so here's our screen. You guys should see the screen change. Okay, so Bo, here I am on my KW, and I had on the screen, I'm going to hover over the technology menu, and then I'm going to click on KW email. So I have come to the KW email page. You all should see that on your screen in a moment. Hey, Bo, can you tell us a little bit about this page?
Yeah, so this is where you go for all things KW email powered by Google. The first page or the first link will be the sign up.
Okay, so let's click on that. So Bo told us to click on sign up, and here I see a sign up page. I'll make this a little bigger for you all to see. All right, so you all should see that on the screen. So now I noticed that Annie Agentbo has an account right here. It says you already have a primary account. Your primary account is Annie.agent@kw.com. So when I come to this page and I have not created my email address, what will I see?
You'll be prompted to sign up for an account, and it'll list all of the parameters you'll need to have. For instance, at least 4 characters for the email address, only lowercase, and then also have the parameters for the password as well. This page is also very important because, like you said, it's going to be required to have a KW email address when our SSO platform rolls out across all applications. So they definitely will have to have a KW email address.
Okay, so this is where they would do that if we come across the report and that happens. Now, we have a little drop-down menu for luxury homes agents, and do they get both an @kw.com email address and a luxury homes, or is it one or the other?
Luxury agents will receive both.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. So they can request it here, then come back to this place and request it again. Is that correct?
That's right.
Outstanding. All right, so looks like we're done with this page. So now we know what's happening there. Let's click on Manage Your KW Email. All right, so here we are on Manage Your KW Email. Now I noticed you can't create an additional KW email address. However, we've got this thing called Alias. Can you tell us a little bit about Alias?
Yeah, so an alias is essentially just a nickname for your primary account. The inbox is shared between your primary account and your aliases, so it is one and the same.
Okay, so I could have how many aliases can I have?
It'll say on the page that the max is 5.
The max is 5. So I could have 4 additional email addresses that are not going to be in additional email boxes. In other words, I won't have to go to 4 Google accounts, but I can have all 4 of those addresses point to my KW email, and I could just start promoting those. Let's say I got married and or, God forbid, I got divorced, or I have to change my name for whatever reason. There might be a multitude of reasons.
So you're on a team, maybe?
There you go. So then I could use that as my email address from now on, and it'll go to my mailbox.
Exactly.
That is great to know. So I don't have to worry about changing emails or any of that stuff. All right. All right, so let's go on to, I love that, Alias. All right, that's good to know. Now the next one is Gmail. Now what happens when I click on this guy? I'm taken to a page. It looks like a KW page, not really a Gmail page. Can you tell me about this page here?
Yeah, so this is just another resource on MyKW. It has instructions for our settings, and if your accounts, for like adding it to a third-party device, your iPhone, your Android, and then there's the last step 4 is for your Outlook.
All right. Now I think I jumped ahead. Give me a second. My screen is just wanting to be huge for some reason. All right. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Houston, we have a small problem. Give me one moment. All right, I don't know what happened there, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. Give me 2 seconds. I have to close out some browsers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry. I do not know what is going on here. I've got to fix my graphics. That is the craziest thing I've seen. I can't even see if you guys are helping me, or if we're still on the line. Hey, Bo, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay,
If you want, I can go over the alias and sync password features if you
yeah,
like.
that'd be great. Just talk about that so I can finish this guy here and figure out what's happening.
Okay, so yeah, another thing you'll see on the Manager KW email page is the sync password option. And most people think that the sync password option is a two-way street, and it actually only goes from your MyKW password to your Gmail password.
Okay.
And then we also have the new password section. And of course, you want to make sure that your password meets those specifications listed on the page. And it's important to always update your KW email address password from within MyKW, and that's so that Google can update that password, and so can our system.
Awesome. All right, now you all may have noticed the screen has changed just a little bit to the opening screen, but we are just about done with our content, so I wanted to be sure that you all aren't seeing me trying to play around with my system here. Yeah, we've got a serious problem here, Houston. Okay, well, thank you very much, Bo. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Bo a big hand and tell him how much we appreciate everything that him and the support team have been doing. They really do just an incredible job. They're helping us out to get all of our issues cleared up.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. And thanks for having me, Kevin.
All right, thank you very much, Bo. Ladies and gentlemen, Bo.
All right, have a great day.
Thanks again, my friend. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what is going on here. I think I found us here. Goodness gracious, ladies, that was awful. Yeah, I do not like this new Windows 10. It is not my friend, never has been, but that's okay. All right, let's see if we can get back to where we were. All right. No, not everybody. Yeah, someone's like, "Oh, I'm not the only one that has a Windows 10." Here's this little magnifying glass that's just sitting there, and I think I clicked it, and that's what started my problems. Does anybody know what that is about? Yep. All right. So we're just about done here anyway. I don't think there was anything else that I needed to share with you guys. It's taken me a little while to pull up the slides, and look at that. Mary Kay has a great. Mary Kay says, "Hey, let's just call it a day. It's almost 5 on a Friday, for goodness sake." Joel says it's a virus. Thanks, Joel. I hope you're kidding. Because that's not funny, Joel. I got to figure out what's going on, though. Hey, thanks, everyone, for being a part of today's presentation. You can watch this recording if you want to see Kevin scramble around on the screen during a live presentation. I kept this recording. This is what happens. All right. Hey, thanks again, everyone. We appreciate you being here, and as always, we want you to stay on the edge of real estate technology by using KW technology. And hey, let's make it a great day at Keller Williams. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for all your help. Yes, I'm going to leave this open for a minute because Valerie's giving me some answers. You guys help me fix this and figure it out, okay? Thanks again. Bye-bye.